In the nearly 3 years Larry Linthicum has been superintendent, Jefferson City Public Schools has seen some major achievements like passing the proposition of a new high school.
Yeah, but the administration has not been without its challenges. Tonight, in a special report, ABC 17's Joe McLean examines how the district has handled one of its most controversial battles.
The JCPS administration has been fighting employee discrimination claims for several years, 2 of which the district lost. I asked the superintendent about some of the actions the district has taken in the months since they were filed. It started back in 2013 when journalism teacher Karen Ray resigned and filed a charge of discrimination against the district and then Superintendent Brian Mitchell. Just months later, another teacher, Laura Cooper, filed a similar complaint. Both claimed they were treated unfairly and told they were, quote, old dead weight at Jefferson City High School by Principal Jeff Dodson. The court battle lasted until after the retirement of Mitchell and finally came to an end in the summer of 2016, about a year after Linthicum took office. A jury ruled in favor of Ray and awarded her almost $250,000 in damages. A month later, Cooper's lawsuit was settled out of court for almost $500,000.
I think I said after the that we weren't going to win either way. That whether we lost, whether we won, it's a community. If there are things that are keeping folks from wanting to be a part of rowing in the same direction, let's have conversations.
In the midst of the lawsuits, Jefferson City High School Principal Jeff Dodson resigned his position after being described as a lightning rod of unrest amongst the staff. ABC 17 News got a copy of Dodson's release agreement, which showed he was paid more than $121,000 when he left, money to fulfill the rest of his multi-year contract.
The Missouri School Boards Association says there are benefits to these kind of multi-year contracts, including job security for applicants and better recruitment. But they also say there's a trade-off for school district budgets, which are more often than not very tight.
There is a downside to having multi-year contracts because you are bound to that employee contractually and legally for an extended period of time.
If a district wants to cut ties with an administrator, an agreement then has to be reached, which sometimes involves a large payout. David Luther with the Missouri Association of School Administrators says this is not a common occurrence.
I don't have any data to support this. It's rare. Okay, it does happen. I think we've seen it happen across the state on occasion, but it's pretty rare.
To find out how often it has happened, ABC 17 News requested employment documents for JCPS employees, specifically release agreements for those who have resigned in the last 5 years. One other instance did show up during the recent departure of former Human Resources Director and General Counsel Penny Rector. Also mentioned several times in the discrimination lawsuits, the school district would not comment on why Rector left, only that she resigned. I contacted Rector's new office for a comment, but my calls were not returned. This copy of Rector's release agreement shows a payout of $100,000. That's $50,000 for each of the 2 years left on her contract. Combined with Dodson's, the payments to employees who resigned with years left on their contracts totals almost $250,000. This all comes as 2 additional lawsuits are being fought in Cole County Court. Tammy Ferry and Gretchen Guittard claimed Linthicum and other administrators treated them differently after testimony was given in the Ray and Cooper cases.
They suffered discrimination, and we say retaliation, and it was related to the previous lawsuits. 2 specific cases where, based on their gender, their age, they were subjected to differing treatment.
Since the district decided to settle the Laura Cooper complaint, I asked Linthicum what has changed in the district.
I don't have an 8 itemized line here to share. Well, here it is, and I'll show it here on TV. But I can say that, we recognize that those are areas we want folks to feel like that it's a fair, safe environment.
Other than having ongoing conversations, the superintendent did not say anything about a change in policy or the rules of employee conduct. I examined the related section in the Jefferson City Public Schools employee handbooks for the last 6 years. The text has remained consistent, even with a new director of HR this year. The rules prohibit all kinds of retaliation, including against those who participate in an investigation of discrimination, and even those who are associated with people who are already being protected. Neither the superintendent nor any of the administrators or employees would comment on the current lawsuits, as they are still pending. Egan tells me those cases are still in early stages of discovery and a court date has not been set.